Hi there, I'm after an invasive species that I'm going to lacto ferment. This is what I'm after, Few-flowered Leek. A very odd flower, and it's supposed to be there's more leaves than flowers, so the Few-flowered name comes in. They're very pointed and very pungent, so you have to be careful of getting a false positive when you're smelling this and foraging stuff. Here we have the plant parts. Here's the long thin leaf at the top with the ridged stem down the middle. Here's the rather strange flower in the middle, and the plant as a whole with the bulbil attached. The triangular stem is very similar to three-cornered leek. So let's have a few anatomical close-ups of some of the parts. These are various flowers, and you can see the seeds forming, which are absolutely packed with flavour. I'll keep these separate for when I'm doing the lacto fermentation and just push them in for a bit of colour. Here's a shot of the triangular cross-section of the stalks. And here's some cleaned and processed bulbils, which, like the seeds, are absolute flavour bombs. Now I'm going to sort them, clean them, chop them, and then add some salt. Even though I picked carefully, I still had another sort through, and I've got things like this lesser celandine in here that I've removed. Now we pop it on the scales and weigh it. This amount here will probably do just about a jar. So what I'm going to do now is just give it a little rough chop. I tell you what, if this was farmed commercially, you'd make a fortune. And they are strong when you chop them, believe me. So we'll go from something like this to this. That's about 2.5 to 3% of its weight by volume of salt. And now what we're going to do is just scrunch up the actual leaves like this. This isn't finished, this is after about 3 minutes. You can see how glossy and wet the leaves look. What's happening is the salt is actually drawing the liquid out of the leaves, which is going to be used to cover it. That's what we're aiming for. So what we're going to do is just leave this mixture now, just have a little moment to see if any more comes out. That's the flowers on top to keep them safe. What I'm going to do now is bottle it, and you've got to make sure that the leaves are actually submerged. So make up some 2% brine solution if you need to top the bottle up. And what we're going to do with the bulbils, and there's a few seeds in there as well, I've just put it in some Chinese rice vinegar and a little pinch of sugar to see what they come out like. So there we go, just about squeezed it in. I put the flowers in as well. And what I'm going to do now is just put a plastic bag in the top to keep the contents below the liquid line, which you need to do. And then we'll come back in a day or so to see if we've got any bubbles. 2 days later. That's quite hard, so you have to burp these a little bit. And that is ready. Oh, and these are lush.